Hey there guys, it's Rick here and welcome to the practice room. Today we're going to be going through some changes. Yep, I've prepared for you a filthy, dirty, sleazy backing track for you to practice improvising over. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the chords used and some of the scales that I use to play over it. But first, make sure you subscribe to my website. You can do so by clicking the link in the video description box. That will take you directly to my website, and there on the home page you can pop in your email address and subscribe. This content that I'm making available exclusively to subscribers only is absolutely free, so you won't be charged a penny for this. All you got to do is pop in your email address to get instant notification of HD guitar lesson content. You can also check out lots of different sections of my website for lessons, all free of course, such as the practice room where you'll get the HD guitar lessons plus backing tracks for you to practice over. You can also check out the HD Guitar Lessons store section of my website where you can purchase high quality, instantly downloadable lesson content, which include video, all HD with dual camera angles and tons of backing tracks and PDFs, all really high quality. So make sure you check that section out. Okay, let's get cracking with the lesson. Right, let's get started. What I'll do is I'll talk to you about the chords used in the backing track, and I'll just talk to you a little bit about some of the scales that I use over each chord. So, it's nothing too complex, this backing track, although there's a few little bits and bobs in there that might trip you up, so I'll go over those with you. First chord is this, which is an A minor 11 chord. Okay, so for this, A Dorian. The majority of the time though, I'll be thinking A minor pentatonic and I'll add in. So again, I'm using the pentatonic as I always do as a framework, and then adding extra extension notes to colour the sound of the scale. So A minor pentatonic or A Dorian. And then the next chord is C minor 11, which is up a minor third. And we do the same thing, so it changes from A minor pentatonic to C minor pentatonic. Okay, so same thing there. The following chord is a G minor 11 chord, and that is followed by this chord, which is a G major 7 with a flattened fifth in there. Okay, and this progression from here actually comes from this key. Sometimes within progressions, if you've got a strong sense of root movement, and what I mean by that is chords which belong to one major key, you really don't need to change scales, but depending on the context of the chord progression you're using. But in this case, when we have those chords, we can pretty much use the same scale. But it's important to follow the chords, obviously. So, those are the first four chords. Then back to A minor 7, sorry, A minor 11. Okay, the second time round there's a sneaky change in there, and it's this, which is a dominant 7th with a flattened 5th. And in this instance, the scale that I play over it is Lydian dominant, so it should sound like this. Okay, the parent melodic minor is E flat melodic minor. Okay, but over this chord, it will give the Lydian dominant sound. So, one of the things that I would try and make sure that I'm aware of here is the previous scale, which is over that G minor 11. I'm actually playing, if I'm seeing it from the G root, I'm playing G Phrygian over that chord. And here, when we go from this to that, all we have to do is alter one note. So instead of So make sure you're emphasizing that from that to that, okay? And then resolve appropriately when you go back to the A minor 11 chord. Okay, so there's nothing too complex about this progression. It takes a while to get a fluid movement when you're playing lines from one chord to another. So familiarize yourself with some of the scale shapes in one area of the fretboard and try and get a nice element of voice leading going when you go from one chord to the next. The other thing is when you're playing this, try and avoid running scales up and down constantly because it tends not to work. A good thing to do is take a rhythmic motif or a melodic motif and move it around as the chords change. That way it'll make a lot more sense when you're improvising. Okay, there we have it. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch up with you guys for the next one very soon. Take it easy.